Okay, so tell us your name, the name of your business, and what you do.
Mhm. My name is Kearney, and I started this little project business called Filakia. And it's a Greek word in case those of you who don't know, but it is all custom handwritten mail, and each piece of mail comes with a high quality sticker from another local San Diego artist. And I also have packages that offer embroidery in them as well.
Perfect. And you do all of that yourself as well, all the
Mhm.
embroidery.
Yes, all of it.
Awesome. All right. And so, yeah, you mentioned the name is Greek. So how did you come up with that? Where did the name come from?
Yeah, I was trying to come up with a name, something that wasn't too generic for, letter writing and that sort of thing. And I'm part Greek and I know Greek. I'm not fluent by any means, but I was trying to come up with something maybe that had that sort of influence. And it was just kind of one day I remembered that the word Filakia it literally means kisses, and it's used as like a sign off. In notes or emails or phone calls or whatever. So kind of how we would say, hugs and kisses or something like that. It's essentially that kind of greeting, like a warm, friendly greeting to sign off.
Yeah, that's really neat. Okay, that's
Yeah.
and when you make your Instagram posts, it's ended with that. So that's written. Is that Filakia in Greek?
Mhm.
You right?
Yeah, exactly. Mhm.
Nice. Oh, I love that story. That's super cool. That's perfect for a letter writing company for sure.
Yeah, but it just kind of, I was trying to come up with something and then that popped into my head and I was like, oh, that
Yeah.
works perfectly. Yeah, let's use that.
Yeah, and it's way more phonetic than I thought it was. I didn't know
Yes, exactly. That is so true of Greek in general, because obviously the Greek alphabet is a whole other ball game,
that. Right.
but when it's written out, it's completely phonetic. It's so simple.
That's really nice. I like it. It's a good
Yeah.
one. So what inspired you to start this business in the first place? Like, yeah, just tell us about your journey to where you are now. Maybe anything that you've done in the past that's like handmade stuff like that. So kind of what's the process of this business for you?
Yeah. So it all started with COVID, obviously. I'm sure that's a lot of people right now. So I've been on furlough since March. I work at a hotel and an event, so that's kind of a double whammy with waiting. Um, but sometime back in July or August, I realized I was like, oh, I have a bunch of leftover stationery, and I don't have a lot to do. I mean, I have things to keep me busy, but I wanted to do something that would reach people specifically. At the start, I was just thinking of friends of mine,
Uh-huh.
and I really like writing, and I've always liked physically writing.
Yeah.
So I sent a first one to a friend just to kind of test it out, and I had some old stickers too that I threw in there just to kind of give like a nice little handwritten piece of something that would even just make someone happy for a few seconds. Um, so started with that, and then ended up to friends of mine on Instagram, and I got a lot more people who were interested than I expected, like way more.
That's great.
So I did a few batches of like I wouldn't charge anyone, and I just was going through cards, but then I started buying cards and buying all this postage and buying nice like real high quality stickers from this artist that I found in San Diego. So then it turned into, okay, I want to keep doing this,
Right.
but I can't lose money right now.
Right. It's the
um,
opposite of what we want right now. Yeah.
yeah. So then my boyfriend actually helped me come up with a business model, so to speak. So um, it just kind of turned into, okay, you can send one to yourself and one to a loved one, or you can send both to a loved one. It's not really rigid at all. It's any two people that you want to send mail to, you
So it's
can. And
always,
so it's,
oh, cool. Okay.
I'm sorry.
It's always two, like it's a pair of
Yeah.
notes. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So each package is worked out so that it's two pieces of mail to any two people that you want to send it to.
Cool.
And I actually did a flash sale for Halloween where you could buy one card and send it to anyone. So that was kind of nice too to switch it up. But yeah, typically it's any two people that you can send out.
Neat. And I assume with the letter writing business, you have really nice handwriting. Is that true?
Okay. I've never considered it that great, but I've been told by like friends of mine that they really like it. It's like this eclectic like mix of, I have a few like cursive type letters and a few like all caps letters.
Yeah.
I think when I was in like middle school in particular and maybe early high school, I wanted to like change my handwriting several times. So I would like learn a whole new way. And so it just kind of is like a
Combining.
hodgepodge of all of the different handwritings that I like switch to. Yeah.
Cool. Okay. I was just wondering about that because I was like, surely there must be, with handwritten notes, there's got to be something special about that too. So that's
But
really,
it is neat. It's definitely neat.
yeah, gotta be legible, but yeah.
Yes.
Very cool. Oh, that's awesome. And you have, so when folks go to order cards from you, you have like a form system that they fill out. Can you like tell us about that? Like how would someone go about ordering cards to send out?
Yeah. Yeah. The link that I share, and it's in my bio, it's on my little booth in the market. It's actually just a Google form. So there's a spot for, the recipients that you want to send it to, their addresses, and then if there's anything specific that you want me to talk about or touch on. So like if someone has had a loss in the family recently, or is graduating, or is in their final year of school, like anything that would be important that you want me to maybe write about, or at least like mention, there's a space for you to do that as well. And then once you submit the form, it gets sent to me. And I love Google because they put it all into an
So
Excel spreadsheet
organized.
automatically. Oh my gosh, it's perfect. It's like my dream. So then I have this whole form of all the orders, and then I email someone as soon as an order comes in and just set up payment and any other details. Like if someone is ordering an embroidery package, I'll email and ask about if they have any custom ideas, or here's a few standard ones that I do most often. So just kind of to iron out any details, but it's order form, submit, and then I email you and you figure out the last pieces.
Perfect. That's so cool. And that's really neat too, because I feel like it's hard to figure out what to say in cards sometimes when it's, yeah, for grief or graduation or something like that. You're sitting there like, okay, what do I write? What do I do? So
Yeah.
that's such a nice
Yeah, I've had friends that are like, oh my gosh, like I hate, even like an old teacher of mine was like, oh my gosh, I don't have to worry about like me writing cards to my nieces and nephews anymore.
oh my
Like
God.
I'll just let you know when you can do it. And
Yeah.
it's fun. Yeah, I've actually, on that note too, I've had a few writing to kids, and at first I was like, oh my gosh, like like usually I like to be, like inspiring, and I'll go off on like little tangents just to make it feel authentic, and like I'm talking to the person whether I know them or not. But I figured it out. I know how to write to kids now, but that was something that I didn't expect either.
That's really nice. That actually makes me think I want like a scheduling service too. I always forget birthdays. It's like it'd be great if you could
Yeah.
like things to the cards they need to like send out for birthdays. Because I know some folks that are really good at remembering stuff like that, and you're one of them, I'm sure, and I'm not. So that's a really cool thing. And yeah,
Yeah.
tell us about the embroidery too. So what is that? That's also custom that someone can request to have added to their package.
Yeah, so it's basically like a little 2x2 or 3x3 piece. I don't have like a rigid size that I do. I just try to keep it relatively small so that it fits easily into the envelope, and isn't too big so it would take up too much time, or too little, vice versa. But it's really anything that we can come up with that's simple enough. So I've done, like the ones I'll do most often is like a flower or a sun or something like that. But I did a hawk head a few weeks ago,
Oh, I
which,
saw that picture. That was great.
yeah, I was like, I have no idea how, because
Yeah.
I am really horrible at drawing. Like I cannot draw.
You're probably
But
better
of
than you think, but
maybe, but the visual arts are not my thing. Performing arts, sure, but I was looking at like different things that I could do months and months ago, and of course I was like, oh, I should try embroidering. And so that's kind of where that is literally all COVID inspired, basically. As
yeah,
I'm sure a lot are. But
sure.
yeah, I mean, I did a few really fun like ghosts and like cat heads for Halloween. Like it's really anything that someone wants. As long as it's simple enough, I'll make it work. And then I'll just look up like a little sketch of something, and I'll trace it and I'll embroider it and cut it out really into a little square and fit it in.
Cool. That's awesome. I like that idea. Something kind of like bumpy textured that's included in the card.
Yeah, it's really fun.
Like a handmade touch. And
Mm-hmm.
then, yeah, tell us about stuff for this weekend and offerings for holiday, special stuff related to that. So what's going on there?
Yes. So I actually just decided in the last couple of days, but I'm going to offer a 10% off all weekend. So mostly for Small Business Saturday, but obviously starting on Black Friday to include everyone.
Right.
So that'll be Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and through Monday as well, 10% off. And then I actually have, I know this is backwards, you can't really see it, but I have a
It's
couple
forward
full
from, I can see it.
embroidery. Yeah.
Oh,
Um,
that's so
I have
good.
a couple full embroidery pieces that are finally done because I've been wanting to experiment more with like full hoops to sell
Yeah.
too, separate from the mail. So
Yeah.
those will be going up this week, but it'll mainly be that 10% off this weekend.
Awesome.
And I'll be available too during the market to chat and help folks out. And I'm also finally releasing my Christmas cards, um, which I previewed on Instagram yesterday, so earlier this week, but
Oh, those are great. I love them.
they're really cute. So I got some Christmas and I got some winter if people don't celebrate Christmas, just to
Right.
be inclusive. But those will be debuting on Friday as well, day after Thanksgiving. So those will finally be in every order.
Yay, that's so cool. And that's such a perfect thing to talk to you about too. If folks come by and visit, I feel like with the custom aspect of it, it's great to have a conversation about those things if you want anything specific in your packages and for the card.
Yeah,
So
yeah, exactly. I actually had someone, Jessica, stopped by last weekend and was asking me just, about what I do. And I mentioned it and she submitted and, gave me some info on the things that she wants me to talk about. And I also have right now for the holidays in my order form, you can mention, if you want it sent out for Christmas. So if you don't want it sent out at a specific time, I'll send it out in the 7 to 10 business days that I have right now. That's my standard
right.
for when an order comes in. But if you do want it, right around Christmas, if it's specific for that, you can mention that and I'll send it out so that it makes it in time.
Perfect. And the winter is nice too, because I feel like, some of us fall behind with those things and it ends up being more like New Year's, but winter's
Yeah,
for,
exactly. Yeah, kind of all encompassing.
yeah, it's still nice to get cards no matter what the season for sure. And so
Yes.
what's your favorite sort of packages to put together? Like what have been some of your favorite things to send out? And just like cool, I mean, not specific messages for privacy's sake, of course, but what are some of the neat things that you've had come in from customers?
Yeah, I've done a couple that are it's a person and they're sending it to themselves and then their partner or their spouse. And those are really nice because it's like a nice little surprise and it's usually like, I just want this person to know that they're so loved and that they're doing this great work or like whatever it is that's going on specifically.
Yeah.
And there was one actually, one of my earlier orders was, it was two, it was boyfriend, girlfriend, and they wanted me to do a little heart with their initials in each one. So it was really cute because I kind of got to play with, they were similar embroideries, but I did a different color scheme for each person.
Yeah. It's really
But I've done too, like, it was actually kind of funny though, these like nieces and nephews of a friend of mine that I wrote to. That was really fun because it was like the card was written to like 2 or 3 kids.
nice.
So it was just like a nice way to feel like part of like the family connecting, which was really awesome.
Right. Especially
Um,
now. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And I've had people to, okay, this was like one of my favorite embroidery. I got to do this little ghost and I
Oh,
found this like really cute little like really round ghost that was saying boo and it was so silly, but I literally when I first finished that little piece of embroidery, I was so happy with it. And I was actually getting sent to like one of my really good friends. But it's just so fun to like play with whatever someone wants.
yeah.
Like I've stitched a Bible verse too before and that person like has it framed on their desk now. Like it's like really sweet little touches like that that make all the difference.
That's really cool. And actually, I don't really see a lot of like custom embroidery or like custom messaging like that. So that's a really special way to like honor a phrase or send something special to a person. So it's
Yeah,
neat.
yeah, it's been really sweet. And there was another order too where it was someone's like sister and then her daughter.
Mhm.
And so they each got different embroidery, but like it was again just like having a hand in being
Yeah.
able to help families connect right now and help friends connect in whatever it is. If someone's struggling in school because it's coronavirus and it's all online and there's isolation, or if it's my mom who lives across the country or whatever it is, it's really nice to offer those handmade touches, but still have something that anyone would like.
Yeah. Oh gosh. I mean, there's just endless ways to interact with this business model for sure. And over
Yeah.
time too. It's not just like a one and done thing. It's definitely like things are always coming up that you would need those sorts of things for. So that's awesome. That's so cool.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you want to share about the business or what you're doing or?
Um, Not really, just that I am really excited to have some more full embroidery hoops coming out within the next couple months. Um, Obviously it's crazy and I can't believe the holidays are already here, so time is moving really fast.
Yes.
But just that anyone who wants to order, we can do, the standard shipping or literally any date. It doesn't have to be just Christmas, but if you want a specific date that you want mail to arrive by, we can work with that and make it as close to that special date as possible.
Cool. And that's all included in that form that you have. So
Yep.
like perfect. And so we'll make sure to link that in your Instagram because we can do the little like scrolly thing. And those are the places people can go to see your work and see what you
Yeah.
do. So
Perfect.
cool. All right. Well, thank you so much. Thanks for being at the market and folks can come visit and say hey and talk custom and all that.
Yes. Thank you for having me. I'm so excited.
Good to talk to you.
Good to talk to you too.